Okay, so this is day one of classroom setup. I haven't really been in here very much since really the shutdown. I've come over here a couple times to pick up stuff. So I haven't really been in my room at all since the shutdown. Everything, I've come in a couple times to gather equipment, gather material. Everything has been cleaned and pushed over to the side. Like you can see, like all my desks are over in the corner, all my other desk and tables. It's funny because I did have tables in here, all my tables, and now they put desk in here to spread out for the AB schedule. And then just my table is the only one that I've moved. And I just moved it the other day. I came up to get some things and I needed to get in my cabinet back there. And that stuff is what I just brought in today. So my goal today is really just a couple things. I'm not going to work for a very long time. Just because I don't have a whole lot that I don't really know what I'm doing yet is the biggest problem. I don't know what grade I'm going to be teaching. It's possible that I could be doing the virtual academy, and so then that will kind of change what I'm going to be doing and how that my room needs to be set up. I am going to decorate my doors today. I'm doing my room in sunflowers. I am going to switch out some things and decorate that, but that's probably about it. So I will, I'm going to redo my board at the front because I didn't really like the way, let me show you. I had made these at the beginning of the year last year. I think I had explained I didn't have a board. I didn't have a whiteboard at all. So I had made these and they're really a little bit too long for my board. And I could have cut them off, but then I was like, I could use them somewhere else. And I have a big board that I help decorate out in the hallway. So I thought those would be perfect and we can do something out there for that board and make this one a little bit more functional for what I want it to be. And so once I get in here and I start working, I'll probably figure out more about what I'm going to do, but the first thing I'm just going to do is decorate my doors. I did want to show you some of the things that I've made to actually decorate my doors. So I made this paper, it's called a paper cloud. My daughter keeps saying, no, it's fireworks. I don't know what you call it, but I like it. And I just made it to decorate one of my doors, and I'm going to spread a little sparkle everywhere you go. And then, of course, I know you've seen these as I went along, but I made all of the sunflowers to decorate. These are just so cool. In the middle are just so pretty. So I made those sunflowers. I made all different kinds of those. And then I made all of these flowers. And then I've got glitter to go in the middle of that. And then I made my, oh goodness, I'm wrinkling, I'm catching a letter. Ah, it stretched it all the way out. Hopefully that'll fix back my W. I'll iron that back with my hand. So I've got my letters there for my different boards. And so yeah, that's what I'm going to start with. Okay, so I have been working for a bit, just a minute, and this is all that I've gotten done. Although it does not look like very much, it really is quite a bit, and I'm happy with it. I was going to say, I got this paper from the Dollar Tree, and I really am kind of digging it. It's going to say, happiness blooms in this room, or in this class or something like that. I forget what I printed. And then I've got my sunflowers to go up. And I really think I'm gonna have to have more to go on there, and maybe my letters need to be bigger because I don't think that I cut them quite big enough. So I wanted to share a little bulletin board trick. So the first thing is I'm hanging this, it's called a paper cloud. I don't know, my daughter says it's fireworks, but whatever it is, I'm hanging it on my door and it's kind of heavy. It's got foam board here. I can link the page that I found it on, but I thought it was really cool and would really add a lot to my door. And it's kind of heavy. And so I decided in order to hang it and for it not to fall down, I attached, you can see I broke one off there. I attached just a push pin there, hammered it in there, and then tied some jute to the back of the board. And that way it kind of hangs over my door, and then I can still put some tape on it to hold it securely, but the tape won't have to do all the work by itself. The other tip that I wanted to give you is, so I wanted to put these letters up here, and I cut them out with my Cricut, but they're, they're individual letters. They're not sticky. They're not vinyl or anything, so they're not stuck together. And so I wanted them to be straight, and you can see that's pretty straight. The way that I do that is, you've heard people do this on bulletin boards. You can do this on doors as well, or maybe you have. I've always heard it. So I didn't have a level. If I had a level, that would be even better, but mine's at home. So I just took some string. You can see, like just cheap little string. I taped one end to this wall of the door or side of the door, and this to the other side of the door, and then it gives me like a straight line, and then I just line my letters up on there to tape them or glue them to the door, and then my letters are a lot straighter than if I tried to just freehand tape them up there. So there's my bulletin board tricks. So while I was videoing, I thought I would go ahead and fill you in on this door. So I really do like the way that it's turned out so far. It says happiness blooms within this room, and then I have all my sunflowers and things that I'm going to glue up there. I have the fence at the bottom and then all of that. And you can see like I had a little area there. So I was going to go and print out some of my borders that I made, but I really think that I found some way to, like, you may have seen this, like the three-dimensional scrunching up the paper to make that border, and I really think that would make that pop, especially if I do it in the yellow, like the sunflowers will be. I think that will really add a lot to the door. So I think that might be what I do instead of adding a border there on each side of that. So I'll fill you in whenever I get that one finished as well. Good morning, my YouTube friends. So I am off to school for my very first work day, my first official work day. I did work one day at school last week because I needed to do some stuff for my boards. Plus, like, we have to do 7.5 hours flexible time. I worked on a lot of stuff at home, like on my computer and things. But I didn't actually go to school except for that one day, and I really didn't even finish my boards that day. I have a lot of stuff to do, and I'm like full of anxiety because I don't know if I've updated you yet. Can't remember. A lot of changes have happened. I am actually doing the virtual academy this year. So I'm going to be a first grade teacher with the virtual academy. I still have to report to my home. I still get to keep my room. I am still going to be reporting to my home school for all my work days, and every Wednesday we have a work day. Like it's their remote day for their hybrid thing. Our whole county, I think I said this last week, our whole county has actually went remote, but only for the first 4.5 weeks. So I will be remote though for the whole year. And I have 6 kids from my home school, and then I have 15 kids from another surrounding school. So I've got a lot of stuff to get together today for my conferences. We have to meet via Zoom with every parent this week. And that Zoom, I'm figuring will take, they said 30 to 45 minutes. I gave myself an hour in between every one. Well, you figure 21 kids, that's 21 hours out of my day. And some of them do actually stretch beyond like the regular school day hours. And that's on top of the meetings and things that I have to get done like with school. So it's going to be jam-packed. I'm going to try to take you along as much as I can. Obviously you won't be able to be there for the meetings, but in between I can kind of catch you up on how things are going and let you have an update. I have made my Google Sites, I've made my Google Classroom. I've sent my kids to their dojo. I can't actually add them to some of the things because our county has to add them, and my Power School hasn't been populated yet. So I have to wait for some of that to be populated. But my plan this morning, we have a meeting at 8. We have another meeting at 8:30. And then my first conference is not until 1. So I kind of have a leeway time there to get a lot of stuff planned. They're providing lunch for us and breakfast, so I won't have to worry about leaving to go get anything. I'll just figure out, I know probably can't eat what it is, but I'm just going to eat it. It's just going to all be okay for today. So I have plans to make some tutorial videos. I use Screencastify, and I'm going to make some tutorial videos about how to log into everything so that whenever that I share that with parents in their conference, I can just shoot that out to them. And I've got to make the Zoom link for the conferences. So just a lot of stuff. I still need to finish my doors, but no kids are going to be there anytime. So I feel like I have some time for that I'm not like rushed. The things that I have to get done, I'm going to get done first. I need to do some more things to my Google website. Just a lot of little things that I need to do that won't take a great deal of time each, but all together is going to be a lot. And plus the meetings and anything that we might find out in the meetings that we have to do as well. So I will take you with me. I will update you on what's going on, and I love you and I appreciate your support. So I just wanted to update you. I'm in my classroom now. We just had our beginning of the year like introduction meeting. It was very short. It was just a little introduction from our principal because we are actually having a staff meeting for our lower grades at 8:30. So I'm getting ready to head to that, and then I'll work on stuff for my computer to get ready for my conferences, and I will update you after that. I will talk to you later. Bye. Hello again. So this is such a strange first day back to school because I am used to my first day, my work day, I'm usually like rearranging my room, putting up my decorations, and I literally have been on my computer all morning, and I still have so much to do before my first parent conference at 1 o'clock. I just want to put together a slideshow and have everything in order for that first one because I don't want to miss anything that I might think of later. So I'm trying to like regroup. I did a lot of tutorial videos about how to get into the most important things, like we have ClassLink. So I taught them how to get into ClassLink, how to get into Seesaw, how to go to our Google website, how to get into our Google Classroom. And there's just so much. So I'm just a little bit overwhelmed, but just trying to get a grasp on everything. And I don't want to stop to decorate things knowing that this is what's most important since my kids aren't actually going to be in the classroom, that this is what's the priority. So I'm trying to like keep that in my head that the decorations will come. I will have time to put up the decorations, and it just bothers me that my room, I mean, look, my room is still, my desks are still like pushed back, or my tables are still pushed back, and everything is pretty much not put together. And so I feel stressed about that, but knowing that it's okay, it'll all be okay. And this having these conferences and making sure that they run smooth is what the most important thing is. So I think that's what's important for you to realize, like whatever you're doing, is to figure out what that most important thing is and do that. And try not to stress about the things that might not get done that normally would get done. Just think about, what do I need to get done right now, and do that, because my ADHD brain is spinning in a million different directions. So I just need to regroup, think about what I'm supposed to do, and focus on that. Okay, so I thought I would update you. I had my first Zoom meeting with a family, and it went great. I made that slideshow that I was talking about, and that really helped me to stay focused and to make sure that I went over everything that I needed to go over at that time. I mean, there's still a ton to go over at a later time. But for right now, I feel very good about that. I feel like I put everything together. Everything was there, and I was able to share on Google Classroom. Most of my kids are signed up on Google Classroom now. So that's good, because then I can just send out things to the whole group, and I was able to share like the links to a lot of things on there as well. So I will let you know. I still have 4 more this afternoon. I have one at 2, one at 3, one at 4, one at 5. So I will talk to you later.